Check out this Justin Fields story by More Than the Athlete. Shout out to them. Great story. Check it out.
He was the number one quarterback in America, but his NFL career has been one big roller coaster.
Justin Fields traded.
Justin Fields was benched. I've never heard an owner speak that way.
Never.
About a player on the team. I think Justin Fields has every right to be pissed off.
So how did the number one rated player in the country become a backup in the NFL? To understand his journey, we gotta go back to Kennesaw, Georgia, when the NFL was never on Justin's mind.
High school, my dream was to just walk on at a D1 school, get a degree, and work an office job somewhere.
But he did have a quarterback coach, and that's where he met someone special. The golden boy of high school football, Trevor Lawrence.
You know, Trevor, I was in 8th grade, I think. He was already maybe a 5-star, already maybe had 1 or 2 offers. Trevor's a great quarterback, pushed me to be better every time we worked out.
But Fields was improving too. And by his junior season, things started clicking. He was making a name for himself, and it earned him an invitation that would change his life.
Elite 11 is the most prestigious high school quarterback camp in all of the country.
Justin came in as one of the most hyped prospects, ranked 2 overall.
I've heard a lot about Justin Fields. I know he just moved up to the number 1 dual threat quarterback. I'm one of the best in the country, so I definitely feel like I have a chance to win MVP.
But at number 1 was the guy whose shadow he couldn't escape, Trevor Lawrence.
He was determined to dispel the Trevor's better than me narrative. That was his goal.
He had an incredible week, showing off his arm and his athleticism. And by the end of the camp, he made the final.
Seeing as a 2-man race between you two. Good luck. All right, have a great one. Good luck.
And while Trevor struggled, Fields stepped up.
Touchdown, move forward. I'll introduce you to the 2017 Elite 11 MVP, Justin Fields from Harrison, Georgia.
He became the number 1 player in the country with over 40 offers. And he chose a school not far from home.
Huge recruiting news at Harrison High School today. Quarterback Justin Fields at a pep rally took off his Harrison Hoyas jersey to reveal a University of Georgia jersey.
But he wasn't the only talented quarterback on the roster.
They had won the national championship my senior year with Jake Fromm as a quarterback. And at the time, he was a freshman.
He saw a job that he felt like he could and should win.
I just remember I asked Kirby one question. I said, name one coach that has ever replaced a starting quarterback who's got a winning record. Just one. That was my one question, and he couldn't answer it.
In the spring, Coach Smart says that there was going to be open competition, which, all the coaches are going to say that, knowing good and well there's not no open competition.
Jake Fromm was named the starter, so the number 1 player in the country was stuck on the sideline, while Trevor Lawrence won the national championship as a true freshman. At that point, Fields knew it was time for change.
Breaking news on BTN Live this morning that Georgia quarterback Justin Fields is expected to transfer to Ohio State.
Fields won the starting job for the Buckeyes, and he wasted no time showing Georgia what they lost.
And this time it's Fields on the carry. Watch out, it's 51 yards.
He threw for 4 more touchdowns in that game. And that was the start to Justin Fields dominating college football.
Somebody would have told me this time last year, look, next year you're going to be playing for the Ohio State Buckeyes and y'all would be 12-0. I probably wouldn't have believed him.
41 passing touchdowns, 10 more on the ground, leading Ohio State to the college football playoffs. 1 win away from the national championship. But standing in the way was a familiar face.
The college football playoff semifinal at the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl. And tonight's historic first ever collision of 13-0 teams. Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields. Lawrence undefeated as a starter. Tremendous play in the postseason, but Fields has been incredibly impressive in his first year as a starter.
The two sides battled back and forth the whole game. Fields threw for over 300 yards. And with under a minute left, he had a chance to win it all.
To the end zone. It's intercepted. Tigers are not going to be dethroned tonight.
The loss stung, and Fields used it as fuel, because the next season, he came back in incredible fashion, leading an undefeated Ohio State back to the playoffs, where his rival was already waiting for him.
Justin Fields and the 6-win Buckeyes are driven to rewrite the gut-wrenching ending from last year. Second and goal. Lawrence dives. Touchdown. Touchdown, Tigers. Fields to the pocket, fires to the end zone, into traffic, caught for a touchdown. Sit down, Field, and the catch is made by Cornell Powell. He pocket, launches downfield, and a diving catch is made. Now takes off, makes a cut, takes a hard hit by Skalski, who knocks him down. 2 yards short, and Fields is still down.
But he stayed in, and on the very same drive,
Fields on the run, launches for the end zone, caught for a touchdown by Olave.
and from there, Ohio State took over. Touchdown after touchdown, beating Clemson 49-28.
That hit really took a toll on me. I mean, my ribs were killing me pretty much all game, but what pushed me through was the love for my brothers.
22 for 28, 385 yards, and 6 touchdowns. One of the greatest performances in All-State Sugar Bowl history against the guy that all of the experts said had separated from Fields to such a large degree.
In the national championship, Ohio State fell to Alabama. But Justin Fields had already proven enough, so he declared for the NFL draft. But he wasn't the only elite quarterback in the class.
The #1 spot, are you sold that it's Trevor Lawrence and not Justin Fields with how he's been playing?
1,000,000%, Molly. No, it's not even worth talking about. Let's not waste time on that.
But that wasn't all, because the class also had Zach Wilson and Trey Lance, and none of them were facing more criticism than Justin Fields.
Two things about Justin Fields that teams have to ask themselves: the flaw. He's deliberate with his decision making and where he's going to go with the football, and his throwing motion I don't love. It's unnatural.
Really?
I have heard that he is a last guy in, first guy out type of quarterback.
The 2021 NFL Draft is now officially open. The Jacksonville Jaguars select Trevor Lawrence, quarterback, Clemson. With the second pick, the New York Jets select Zach Wilson, quarterback, BYU.
With the third pick, the 49ers had traded up to get their quarterback.
The San Francisco 49ers select Trey Lance, quarterback, North Dakota State.
So after dropping out of the top 10, Chicago traded up to get their savior.
Hello?
Justin. How you doing, man?
Oh, what's up, Coach? How you doing?
Justin Fields, quarterback, Ohio State.
Ready to work. That's it. I'm ready to work. I don't need to talk much. There's been too much talking lately, so I'm sure you work. That's it. Nothing else, just work.
The Chicago Bears named Andy Dalton their starting quarterback. Fields would begin the season as the backup, but he didn't have to wait long, because in Week 3, against the Cleveland Browns, Fields made his first start, and it was a disaster. He was sacked not once, not twice, but 9 times. The Bears lost 26-6, and that's how the Justin Fields era began.
Sets his feet, heaves one deep with nobody home. It's picked off.
He threw 2 touchdown passes in his first 5 starts. And against the Bucs, things got ugly.
In the hands of Fields, who goes backfield and is intercepted. Here's Fields, bodies around him, and again the ball comes out.
3 interceptions and 3 fumbles, resulting in a 38-3 loss to Tampa Bay. And the strange part was, Fields was supposed to be a running threat, but through his first 3 starts, he had just 25 rushing yards.
I felt like, I wasn't necessarily playing my game. I felt like I was kind of robotic and not playing like myself.
Justin Fields says he can't play like himself. So what was he, just playing street ball for Ohio State? Is that what it was?
But the next week, that finally changed. Against the Niners, Fields had his best game of the season.
Fake one way, Fields trying to cut it back. Justin Fields making magic happen. Touchdown!
He showed his legs by going over 100 rushing yards for the first time in his career. Then the following week, he showed off his arm. 291 passing yards against the Steelers. But still, they weren't winning. The Bears finished the year 6-11, and it was time for change.
Matt Nagy, the head coach, as expected, is out. Ryan Pace, the GM, as expected, is out.
GM Ryan Poles took over, and he made a commitment to his quarterback.
I'm excited to have Justin and to put him in a position to succeed and get players in the building that are going to help amplify his ability.
But it was going to take time. Chicago didn't have a first-round pick that year, so all the help that Fields got was Chase Claypool. And that was not enough.
He gets picked off by Hufanga.
Take it down, Fields. He escapes the pocket, and you see his athletic ability, but he threw a pick.
at the 39-yard line.
Fields fires over the middle, and it's intercepted. Fields deep over the middle looking for Mooney. Intercepted.
After a shaky start, the new staff let Fields play more like himself, and he became a running nightmare.
Left tackle, time for Fields. Now he'll accelerate to get the first down and break tackles, and he's off to the races. He's in for 6.
Against the Miami Dolphins, 178 rushing yards, the most ever by a quarterback in a single game, which still stands to this day. Then the next week against Detroit, 147 more, but the roster around him was rough. He had one of the worst offensive lines in football, and his leading receiver was tight end Cole Kmet, who just had over 500 yards. So after going 3-4, Chicago lost 10 straight games.
To throw, here he goes, launches it, he's intercepted for another Packers win over the Bears.
They finished 3-14, which gave the Bears the #1 pick in the NFL draft. So GM Ryan Poles had a massive decision to make. Either draft a new quarterback, Bryce Young or CJ Stroud, or trade the pick and build around Justin Fields.
We've got breaking news out of the NFL, and it is big. The Chicago Bears are trading the #1 overall pick to the Carolina Panthers.
And for the Panthers, this did not come cheap. The Panthers are giving the Chicago Bears the #9 pick, a second rounder this year, a first rounder in 2024, a second rounder in 2025, and DJ Moore.
For the first time in his career, Fields had a true #1 receiver, and the two connected immediately.
Touchdown! DJ Moore!
Fields for the end zone. Moore! Touchdown! Pass is pulled in by Moore. Touchdown.
Against the Commanders, Moore went for 230 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Jump, it's a free play. Fields for Moore. Got him! Touchdown! Bears lead!
The Bears were far more competitive than they had been the previous 2 years, but they weren't winning. Justin had some ugly throws, and the roster around him just wasn't good enough. So the Bears had to fix that in the offseason. But that's where things get complicated. Remember the trade the year before, when the Carolina Panthers moved up to the #1 pick, sending their 2024 first-round pick to Chicago. Well, Carolina had been so bad that their pick became the #1 overall pick, which now belonged to the Chicago Bears. And the consensus top prospect was a special quarterback, Caleb Williams.
I mean, wherever I end up, whether it's here or somewhere else next year, just know that, I've given it my all. I have no regrets. The city of Chicago, love y'all. Appreciate the fans and the support from all the Bears, in case this is my last rodeo with y'all, and just appreciate y'all for everything.
Go get Caleb Williams. Enough of all this crying. Let's get Caleb Williams in here. It's the NFL, right? I know it sounds bad. That's the name of the game. True. Some players will get paid, some players will get traded, some players will get cut.
And to add more fuel to the fire, Fields removed everything Bears related from his Instagram.
What's with the unfollow with the Bears? What's up with that?
Bro, I'm glad we're talking about it, because why do people take social media so serious? Like, I still mess with the Bears, isn't that? I'm just trying to take a little break. I'm following the Bears and the NFL, bro. I'm not just trying to have football on my timeline. I know y'all mess with a girl, EQ, especially you. Just because you don't follow the girl on IG don't mean you're not messing with her.
That's true. That's true.
Then a month before the draft, the Bears made their decision.
We got some breaking news out of the NFL. The Chicago Bears are trading quarterback Justin Fields to the Steelers. In return, the Bears reportedly getting a 6th-round pick. The move comes with the Bears holding the #1 overall pick, and quarterback Caleb Williams, considered the favorite candidate to go to Chicago.
The Pittsburgh Steelers had just signed veteran quarterback Russell Wilson to be their starter, and now they were bringing in Justin Fields as his backup. But in training camp, Russell Wilson got injured. So on week 1, Fields was a starting quarterback. And with a new team, he looked different, more composed, taking care of the football, making the right reads, and most importantly, helping Pittsburgh win games.
3rd and 3, Fields, open field, and a touchdown! To the end zone, it's caught, Washington!
Fields led Pittsburgh to 4-2, but in week 7, Russell Wilson was finally healthy, so the Steelers had a decision to make.
There are a lot of folks in that facility that do not want Mike Tomlin to go away from Justin Fields right now.
I don't think I played, good enough, if I'm being real with you, if I'm being real with myself.
Eventually, the Steelers went with Russell Wilson, and Fields was benched for the rest of the season. That was the end of his rookie contract. So heading into 2025, he was a free agent, and he had shown enough on tape to get another opportunity.
Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Fields has got a bag with the New York Jets.
Wow. On a 2-year, $40 million deal that includes $30 million guaranteed. The Jets have their new quarterback.
No, I'm definitely super excited to, just be here. Really just excited for a fresh start, and we're ready to get to work, so super excited.
In week 1, he got a chance to play his former team, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Fields, great protection, deep ball on the way, Rainbow is caught, touchdown Jets! Fields trying to do it himself, extends for the score. Touchdown Jets, and it's Fields.
There it is.
By himself for the touchdown.
218 passing yards and a touchdown with 2 rushing scores. But week 2 was terrible. Fields completed 3 passes for only 27 yards and fumbled twice before leaving the game with a concussion in the 4th quarter. And unfortunately, this was becoming the Justin Fields experience in the NFL. One week, he played amazing, but the next, he couldn't find any rhythm whatsoever. Week 4 against Miami, he played amazing. Over 200 passing yards, a touchdown, and the Jets were letting him run. 81 rushing yards and a touchdown. The same thing in week 5 against the Dallas Cowboys, 283 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. But then it was right back to the struggles when he faced the scary Broncos defense.
He was 9 of 17 for 45 passing yards. When you take away the sack yards, he was minus 10 yards passing. That's the fewest pass yards in Jets history. That's the fewest allowed by a team since 1998. So it's been 27 years since somebody has had a worse passing line than what Justin Fields had today.
It just feels like he's been regressing. To me right now, it feels like he lacks confidence.
The Jets still hadn't won a game, going 0-5.
The Panthers get a road win over the New York Jets, 13-6. Justin Fields was benched during the game for Tyrod Taylor.
We needed a spark. At that time, I felt it was the right time to do it. Obviously, it was a tough situation, but it was my call.
I'm going to be honest with you, Joe. I don't know how well Justin Fields processes information. He freezes.
Even the team owner called him out in public.
It's hard when you have a quarterback with a rating that we got.
I didn't see any comment. It doesn't bother me. Of course, everybody knows I need to play better. We need to play better as a team. No matter how the offense does as a whole unit, I'm going to get the blame, and I understand that.
Fields thought the season was over, but in week 8 against the Bengals, Tyrod Taylor was out with a knee injury. So Fields got another start, and early on, it looked rough. The Jets were down 17-3, but Fields kept him in the game.
Goes towards the end zone. It is caught.
Suddenly, it was a 1-score game. Fields led another drive, and with the game on the line,
Fields steps up. Fields under duress. Pulls it back. He's going to run, and he gets it.
The Jets got their first win of the season.
I'm not going to be able to talk, but I'm going to just say God is good, because I'm not going to be able to talk. I'm sorry, but God is good. That's what it is. This week was hard for me, mentally, emotionally. But I just leaned on God. I'm proud of everybody on this team. I'm proud of the offense, defense, coaches, staff, and everybody. And I'm, happy we were finally able to get a win. Yesterday, I was just praying over and over and over again, just one win. Not for me, but for my brothers in that locker room, for the coaches, for everybody that puts in work.
He continues to impress me with the individual. To have an owner come out and say those things, to be able to respond that way, to come back in that game when they were down and so much looked lost. I mean, just a tip of the cap to him as a man, first and foremost, and then the way that he just keeps battling.
But the momentum didn't last. Eventually, the Jets turned back to the veteran, Tyrod Taylor, to be the starter for the rest of the season. But it was about to get worse, because after just 1 year of the Justin Fields experience, the Jets had seen enough.
Football just had some breaking news this morning. Justin Fields, formerly of Ohio State, then of the Chicago Bears, then of the Pittsburgh Steelers, then of the New York Jets, now traded to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Wow.
That happened this morning for a 6th rounder. Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL in Week 15, as we all remember. Justin Fields being brought into Kansas City, potentially fill in for Patrick if he's not back by Week 1.
What's up, Chiefs fans? Justin Fields here, out here in Kansas City. Excited to be here, excited to get to work. Let's go Chiefs Kingdom.
If he starts week 1, Fields will become the first quarterback ever to start in the first game for 4 different teams in 4 consecutive seasons. So what do y'all think? Will Justin Fields play himself back to a starter in this league? Or will the number 1 quarterback in the country once saw become a backup in the NFL?